Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises and glory and honor that's due to YAHAWAH, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Habrakak, Wadash. Double honors being to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. It was in the gospel of God, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's the Akim, Mahalalia, coming back with another lesson. Lord's will be edifying. This is a video that I took today at work. I was in the car with my simple ass coworker, man, and he's a Jake. He a cool Jake. He funny, but he's completely lost. Okay, he's totally with this society, and he believes in God blessing and prosperity, which really the scriptures say come out of her, my people. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. But this shows you that Esau was really building in vain, because he was driving through this neighborhood in North Kansas City, Missouri, and they were building up these new developments, like literally building up $400,000, $500,000 homes. And yet nobody's going to be able to inhabit these homes, because we're on the cusp of all hell breaking loose. And, people are losing jobs, they're losing money. Pensions are running out. Pensions are being stolen, in fact. And it's funny how Esau, he really thinks his society is going to continue to thrive, okay, which is a telltale sign of him going down. All right. Like the scriptures say in our stead that we should build a house, but we should not dwell in it. Okay. And as curses are going to be put upon Esau. Okay, they're building houses, but not going to be able to dwell in them. Okay, because they're literally cutting down forests. They're literally cutting down woods in forest preserve areas in Kansas City to build up these $400,000 or $500,000 houses. And the only thing Jake can say, I'm coming for that. I'm claiming that. That's me. I'm like, back in my mind, I just be shaking my head at this dude, because I'm like, nigga, all hell getting ready to break loose. These people ain't getting ready to have this for too much longer. All right, so I'm going to play this video, and I got a couple of precepts. We're going to follow the spirit. So don't mind him talking. I was recording, but Jake, they like to hear themselves talk. So he was talking, which he's completely off. But y'all going to see what I'm talking about. Why Jake, on the Lord, is not ultimately dealing with the 2/3. But anyway, here we go. And this is me recording these houses that they're building up. $400,000, $500,000 homes.
Go back behind them and let you see what they look like in the back. Did all this shit and look to see what my street was. I know I need to tell us.
Wallace.
Wallace didn't tell us. Might be back up in there while I'm gone. See, let's look at some of how the back of some of these are, what I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. This life ain't just for him. It's for us too. We have not, because he said we ask not. Well, damn it.
You see, and that's the bullshit I be talking about. Now, I be in the car cutting his ass with them scriptures at times, but I got to keep it kind of mellow, because this is the job. But what really throws me is the fact that he made that comment, but he said he wakes up 3 o'clock every morning and he's praying to the universe. So I'm like, okay, that's that sorcery shit. And I was like, 3 to 5 are witching hours, man. But he said he's never heard of that. But it makes sense as to why he think that way. All right, between the hours of 3 and 5, those are witching hours. And I'm like, that's when demonic spirits are most active, spirits in general. You know what I'm saying? But he tried to say we receive because we ask not. That ain't got nothing to do with no damn house on this side, man. Okay, that's talking about the understanding of this truth and the Lord to put the Holy Spirit upon us. Has nothing to do with this mediocre shit that you call America. And that's what Jake don't understand. Jake mindset is on the wrong shit. But nonetheless, the focal point is really not on him. It's just the fact that they're building up these nice homes, but they're not going to be able to live in it, man. Because half the shit they're building up, nobody can afford now anyway. You know, so I'm going to play the last couple seconds of it, and we're going to hop right into the spirit. So.
Fuck, I can't even get back here. All these motherfuckers is back here. Can't even get back here. You see what I'm saying, bro? 2 motherfucking decks. I bet that deck on that right end of that house over there, that's coming off the master suite. So you entertain everybody on this side probably, and that's probably coming off your master. That shit's crazy, bro. Look at all the glass. I'm telling you, bro. God, I gotta bag up.
You see what I'm saying? Jake is too damn geek off nothing. Like, dog, your ass was brought over here to serve slavery, man. This ain't for you. You know, now some Jakeys do obtain it, but look at the type of how can I say it? The type of attachments and the slavery and the type of bondage you have to these things. Look at the stress it causes. You know how much money it costs to keep a home up like this? And honestly, these houses are really cheap. You go back to the 50s and 60s and so forth. You got those plush brownstone homes out there in New York, Chicago. Even those houses ain't even worth $200,000, $300,000, 50, 60 grand at the most, but they're way more durable than these homes. You know, I call him Stink Meaner though, man. He sounds like Stink Meaner from Boondocks. Funny dude, man. But anyway, Esau is building all this shit up just for the Lord can throw it down. All right. So anyway, this is the book of Psalm 73, and I'm gonna start at verses. This part of 2 is 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." Now, those, you know, if you had the money to move in those, and, you know, so be it. I mean, they're cheap. They are nice. But regardless of it, man, I understand that we have a greater thing coming. So when I ride through those neighborhoods, I don't ultimately feel no type of way. You know, part of me like, damn, it will be nice to live over here if I had the means to. But I don't feel any kind of way because I know this is temporal. I know that we're going to have palaces that as far as the eye can see. The scriptures tell you we're going to have land as far as the eye can see, man. So imagine looking across the ocean and that's all yours. This shit is mediocre. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting on my turn. Like, what's my man's name? Meek Mill had a song called "I'm Just Waiting on My Moment," you know, and we're waiting on our moment. Because in a little while, we're going to be something that this world never fathomed, okay? And I got faith in that. That's why I'm just sitting back, just like, okay, come on, Lord, we finna get it. We finna win. This shit that Jake is all geek about, it's done deal. It's weak. It's mediocre. I wouldn't want that here for real anyway, because like I said, the type of bondage that come with it. Okay, imagine how much the gas and the electric or the energy bills are to hold a place like that. And the fact that you're a Jake, they're going to constantly go up on your mortgage, man. Now, I'm not saying that if you can't buy it, then go ahead. By all means, you know. I'm not going to lie and say if I didn't make that kind of money a year, I probably will live in a development like that. Okay, I have one of those high-class spirits. I do. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, it's just like, it's temporal. It's nothing behind. It's garbage. You know, I'm content with my daily bread. And it says here, "For there are no bands at their death, but their strength is firm." Okay, and he's envious at the prosperity of the wicked because he like, come on, bruh. This one only created for them. Negro, you don't really understand that this is their society. This is their kingdom. Okay, you just exist in it. They don't want Jake over there. Okay, because out of those neighborhoods, 98% of them are Edomites, man. Edomites. And no, they did not get it by honest dealing. No, it was stolen, okay, through inheritance. All right. But nonetheless, man, this is not our rest. We have something greater. Even the 2/3 that die on this side and come back are going to have way more than what the heart can wish for. So it's just a matter of being patient. But Esau, Edom, he's done deal. That's why it's stupid. He's spending all this money building up these mansions, and yet nobody's going to be able to inhabit it. Scriptures say that. And it says, "For there is no band in their death, but their strength is firm," right? It says they are not in trouble as other men. You in trouble. You a Jake. You under curses, man. Yeah, you may get lucky and get a house out there, but what the stipulations comes with it? You think you're gonna be held to the same standards they are? Dog, they're gonna be trying to buy you out the day you move in there. They'll give your ass $2 million just to get your black ass out of there. You know, and these are things I want to say to him, but you know, I can't do it because I'm at work. It's just like, all right, man, I ain't gonna break this dude's spirit. I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? I can't get all Israelite on him, you know, not yet anyway. But anyway, it says there, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride can pass them about as a chain and violence cover them as a garment, right? Because they haven't had any real judgment. The Most High has not laid the piper to Esau, Edom for real. That's why they're able to speak in such boldness and pride. You know what I'm saying? And get away with it because they're not in trouble with other men. That's why they can live in these neighborhoods. They're built for them. You'll never find a Mickey's or L&R's food and liquors in their neighborhood. Okay, the closest liquor store is the grocery store change up the street. And you got to go to a grocery store to get there. Or if it is a liquor store, it's in the what you call those strip malls. But it ain't going to be no corner store where a bunch of bums and a bunch of crackhead and druggies hanging out at. All right. It says here, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart can wish. And I'm not going to lie and say that's not nice. But, dog, it's only temporal. They're getting ready to go down. Okay, he's building all this up for vain. He's building up new skyscrapers. He's building up these $300,000 condos, you know, in the metropolis area of Kansas City. You know, and it's already clustered here. Streets are only like fucking 20 feet wide, and he's putting these big mansions everywhere, you know. And it's just like I shake my head. I'm like, who's gonna live in this? I'm like, they're mandating a thing. Okay, the economy is collapsing. You know, and when they push that MOTB, it's only a matter of time before people can even do anything. Because you're going to have to get the CHI. You're going to have to get that in order to even exist in society as a peon. So therefore, when that's passed, then you can expect the missiles to come soon thereafter. We ain't going to be dealing with the MOTB for 10 years before the missile. No, it could be literally 2 or 3 months after the MOTB is passed and then the missiles come. Okay. And I'm thinking that they're just going to bypass the Vanessa and just do the MOTB because they're coming in the same spirit. Because they're getting ready to close everybody out that's not dealing with this madness. All right. So Jake is all over there geeked over nothing. But the spirit says this. This is the book of Malachi 1. And I'm going to start at verses 3. It says here, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Okay. Ultimately, that happened. But nonetheless, that's going to happen again. Okay, during this fourth industrial revolution, at the end of it, when the Lord destroys it with the missiles, it says, whereas Edom says we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, right? Because they were taken down during what they call the Dark Ages, and then they resurged during the Renaissance period, which Renaissance means rebirth. Okay, that's when they started to paint their images. Okay, they started to change all the men of the Lord, King James, Mozart, Beethoven, you know, King Henry VIII, all these men that were men of color, they started to turn them into red individuals, which that was not true. So they came back from the impoverished sentiment because we had them in captivity. And it says, but we will return and build the desolate places, says the Lord of hosts, and they shall build, but I would throw down. So all this building, everywhere you go in the country, they're building. But I'm like, these motherfuckers ain't got no time left. They gonna build and nobody's gonna get a chance to live in these houses and enjoy them. You know, so he's setting himself up for a fall. It says, but I would throw down, and they should call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord have indignation with forever. Okay, so it's just a matter of time. So this stuff shouldn't oppress brothers, man. It just shouldn't. And it says, and your eyes shall see, and you should say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. So, hey, the Most High is going to magnify himself, and he's going to magnify his people, which are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, which are the biblical Israelites. And this is also a form of pride, too, because the more he's going down, the more he's building. You know, you're building up a lot of shit just for you to close shop on America, buddy, because nobody can afford these houses unless you already got the money. All right. Last precept here. This is the book. Matter of fact, let's start at verses 10 is good, but I'm gonna start at 11. Matter of fact, it started 10. It says, for he see that wise men die. Likewise, the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. Okay. Who is the brutish people? Esau. They're very, okay. They leave their wealth. They call what they call trust fund babies. That trust fund comes through old corporations, through old money from slavery. Okay. They didn't work hard to get what they got. I mean, the peons of them work 9 to 5s, but ultimately, if you got a lucrative tax attorney that's making fucking $190,000 every 2 months, he's been blessed by Satan and also by the wickedness of his ancestors that stole our heritage and stole our wealth and everything to be in that position. He may went through school, put together some fake resume, or had some type of prep school, to come in and cater to him and teach him what he needs to know. But ultimately, he had an advantage over you Jakes, man. He didn't just study real hard for 10 years to become a fucking reputable tax attorney. Hell no. Or a constitutional lawyer. No. Jake don't get jobs like that unless they sell out, or unless they work extra hard. And even then, it's still a cap. But with Esau, they're born into those positions. They're born told, look, you are going to be this. We already got it set up for you to go and be the top real estate mogul for downtown Chicago. They've already promised that. Versus you get put through the public school system, fed all types of GMOs, and destroyed, with prison and your agenda. Because I was looking at a meme and it was breaking down the same thing between elementary school and prison. You got school teachers acting like prison wardens. Okay. Same box lunches with the trays. You got the school bus, prison bus. It's called School to Prison Pipeline. Did a video on that about 2.5 years ago, before they took the other page. But that's what's set up for you Jakes. Okay. And it says, and the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their land after their own name. Okay. And this is the reason why they building these houses up. Like it says, nevertheless, man being in honor abided not. He is like the beasts that perish. Okay. Their way is in their folly, yet their posterity above their sayings. Okay. So I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory, honor as due to YAHAWAH, Shemi Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. With that, shalom and a ball.